Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Prinsip binti Khairul Anwar. Untuk topik yang pertama, saya akan bincangkan tentang the chemist view of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate are made of carbon, hydrogen, dan oxygen atoms. These atoms form a chemical bonds that follow the laws of nature. Karbohidrat terbahagi kepada dua, iaitu simple dan juga kompleks. First of all, untuk yang first kali kita akan discuss mengenai simple carbohydrates. Dalam simple carbohydrates ni dia terdiri kepada dua, iaitu monosaccharide dan disaccharide. Untuk monosaccharide, dalam monosaccharide, contoh-contoh monosaccharide adalah glucose, iaitu glucose serve as the essential energy sources and is commonly known as blood sugar or dextrose. Yang kedua adalah fructose. Fructose is the sweetest, occurs naturally in honey and fruits and is added to many foods in the form of high fructose corn syrup. Yang ketiga adalah galactose. Galactose dia jarang-jarang didapati dalam bentuk single sugar, sebabnya dia akan bergabung dengan others atom. Betul ke?
Compound.
Others compound. Ini adalah struktur bagi glucose, ini adalah struktur bagi fructose, ini adalah struktur bagi glucose dan ini adalah struktur bagi galactose. Untuk disaccharide ini dia link daripada dua monosaccharide, iaitu salah satu pair dia mesti glucose. Example of disaccharide adalah maltose. Maltose consists of two glucose unit. It is produced during the germination of seed and fermentation. Sucrose adalah fructose and glucose combined. It is refined from sugar cane and sugar beets, tastes sweet and is readily available. Lactose is galactose and glucose combined. It is found in milk and milk products. For condensation is a reaction link monosaccharide together. And hydrolysis is the reaction split molecules and commonly occur during digestion. Seterusnya adalah kompleks karbohidrat. Bawah kompleks karbohidrat adalah polysaccharide. Polysaccharide. Example for polysaccharide adalah glycogen. Glycogen, storage form of glucose in the body, provides a rapid release of energy when needed. Glycogen ni dia adalah bentuk storage untuk glucose dalam badan manusia. Untuk starch adalah storage form of glucose dalam tumbuhan. Contohnya dijumpai dalam grains, tubers and legumes. Yang ketiga adalah fibers. Bawah fibers ada dietary fibers. Dietary fibers provide structure in plants are very diverse and cannot be broken down by human enzyme. Dia ada soluble fibers, viscose and can be digested by intestinal bacteria. These fibers are found in fruits and vegetables. Soluble fibers ni dia soluble dalam air. Dia larut dalam air. For insoluble fibers are non-viscose and are not digested by intestinal bacteria. These fibers are found in grains and vegetables. Insoluble fibers ni dia tak larut dalam air. Fiber sources. Dietary fibers are found in plant foods. Untuk functional fibers are health benefiting fibers that are added to foods or supplement. And total fibers, they consider both dietary and functional fibers. resistant starch escape digestion and are found in legumes, raw potatoes, and unripe bananas. For phytic acid or phytate has a close association with fibers and binds some minerals. Okay, that's all for this topic. Now we will move to next topic.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aino Atilah binti Muhammad, and today I'm gonna to tell you about digestion and absorption of carbohydrates topic. Digestion is from mouth. First, chewing high fiber foods, then stimulate the flow of saliva. After that, enzyme amylase hydrolyzing starch to shorter polysaccharides and to the disaccharide maltose. Second, stomach. Bolus mixed with stomach acid and protein digesting enzymes, inactive salivary amylase. Then, to a small extent, stomach acid continues break down the starch. Remember, the juice does not have enzymes to digest carbohydrates. Fibrates linger in stomach and delay gastric emptying. After that, in small intestine, pancreatic amylase enters intestine, the pancreatic duct, and continues break down the polysaccharide to shorter glucose chains and maltose. Outer of membranes of intestinal cells have specific enzymes to break down specific disaccharides. First, maltase break maltose to glucose and glucose molecules. Second, sucrase break down sucrose to glucose and fructose molecules. Third, lactase break lactose to glucose and galactose molecules. At this point, polysaccharide and disaccharide have been broken down to monosaccharide. After that, in large intestine, it only took 1 to 4 hours to digest it. In large intestine, only fiber will remain in digestive tract. Fibers will attract water, soften the tooth for passage without straightening. Bacteria in GI tract ferment some fibers. This process will generate water, gas, and short chain of fatty acid. The colon cell use these small fat molecules for energy. Metabolism of short-chain fatty acid occurs in the cell of liver. Fiber can hold water, regulate bowel activity, and bind substances such as bile, cholesterol, and some minerals. Next is absorption. Glucose can be absorbed some in the mouth, but most nutrient absorption was in small intestine. Glucose and galactose enter cell by active transport, produce small rises in blood glucose. Blood from small intestine to liver, cells take up fructose and galactose to convert into other compounds, but mostly to glucose. Now I will tell you about lactose intolerance. The symptoms is bloating, abdominal discomfort, and diarrhea. This is because lactose molecules in intestine remain undigested and attract water. Intestinal bacteria produce irritating gas and acids. This can cause medicines, prolonged diarrhea, and malnutrition. Thank you for listening.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nabila binti Cemadul. Today I want to share about glucose in the body. Okay, for carbohydrate metabolism, storing glucose as a glycogen. For body, we store glucose as a glycogen in liver and muscle cell. Using glucose for energy. Body use glucose for energy if glycogen store are available. Next is making ketone bodies from fat fragments. First is process or ketosis. Proses ketosis ni adalah proses bila glukos dalam badan kita dah cukup dan ketosis tu terjadi untuk hasilkan ketone bodies. Ketone bodies ni adalah untuk jadikan energi untuk badan kita survive selain daripada glukos. Okay, so ketosis is upset the acid-base balance in the body. Okay, next is body can use glucose to make body fat when carbohydrates are consumed excessively. The constancy of blood glucose. First is maintaining glucose homeostasis. If body glucose falls below normal, a person becomes dizzy and weak. The next is the regulating hormones. Insulin moves glucose into the cells and helps to lower blood sugar level. Glucogen brings glucose out of storage and raises blood sugar level. Epinephrine acts quickly to bring glucose out of storage during times of stress. Next is balance glucose within the normal range by eating balanced meals regularly with adequate complex carbohydrates. Next is body glucose can fall outside the normal range with hypoglycemia or diabetes. Okay, this is a process of maintaining blood glucose homeostasis. First, when a person eats, blood glucose is rise. Next, high blood glucose will stimulate the pancreas to release insulin into the bloodstream. And third is insulin will stimulate the uptake of glucose into cell and storage as glycogen in the liver and muscle. Insulin also stimulate the conversion of excess glucose into fat for storage. Yang keempat, as the body cell use glucose, blood level will decline. Next, if low blood glucose will stimulate the pancreas to release the glucose into the bloodstream. Then glycogen will stimulate the liver cell to break down glycogen and release the glucose into the blood. Last is blood glucose will bring to the rise. Next, for constancy of blood glucose, first is diabetes. Diabetes have two types. First is type 1 and type 2, and also have pre-diabetes. For hypoglycemia is low blood glucose and can often be controlled by dietary changes. Last is glycemic response is how quickly the blood glucose rise and elicits in insulin response. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Ain binti Azhar. I would like to present to all of you about my topic, which is health effects and recommended intakes of sugar. Sugar poses no major health problem except dental caries. Sugar can be bad and harmful to health if consumed excessively, like obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension. We should take sugar moderately to avoid heart disease. If take sugar excessively, they can detriment us in two ways. The first one is sugar can contribute to nutrient deficiencies by supplying energy without providing nutrients. The second one is contribute to decay. Okay, nutrient deficiencies. Nutrient deficiencies are known as empty calories. Food contains lots of added sugars like cakes, candies, and soda. Added sugar leads to nutrient deficiencies by displacing nutrient. It provides our body with glucose and energy, but without any nutrients. We should take natural sugar like whole grains, vegetables, and fruit, which give us energy and nutrient, than added sugars, which only provide us energy but don't provide any nutrients to our bodies. Not every natural sugar is nutritious like honey. because honey, like table sugars, contain glucose and fructose, which only provide its energy and little nutrient to our bodies. Honey contains vitamin and mineral, but not many, and honey more similar to added sugar. Because of that, honey is not very nutritious. Even honey is natural sugar. We can eat added sugar, but we should eat it moderately. Okay, the second one is dental caries or tooth decay. Dental caries is the process when sugar from foods and from the breakdown of starch in mouth can contribute food decay. Bacteria in the mouth ferment the sugar and in the process produce an acid that eroded tooth enamel that cover the tooth. This is the enamel. If we not repair, the decay may penetrate the dentin and spread into the pulp of the tooth, causing inflammation, abscess, and possible lose the teeth. Another concern about dental caries is how often people eat sugar. Like bacteria produce acid for 20 until 30 minutes after each exposure. Like the example, a person eat the 3 pieces of cakes in one time. The teeth will expose to approximately 30 minutes of acid destruction. Soft drinks, orange juice, and sport drinks not only contain sugar but also have low pH. These acidic drinks can erode tooth enamel. To prevent dental caries or tooth decay, we should limit between milk juice and snacks containing sugars and starch. We should brush our teeth with fluoride toothpaste and floss the teeth regularly. And the last is get dental checkup regularly. Okay, another things will happen to our bodies if we consume excessive sugar is they can contribute development of body fat, alter blood lipid level, and contribute heart disease if take excessive sugar, and increase serotonin level and lead to craving and addiction to sugar. The last one is recommended intake of sugar. We should choose and prepare food with little added sugar. We also should limit the use of added sugar, and we should take 30 teaspoons added sugar per day or less than that. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nurhaliza binti Aziz. Okay, today I will tell you about kisah pengambilan dan pengesyukan untuk pengambilan starch and fiber. Starch fiber dia boleh melindungi badan kita daripada serangan jantung dan stroke. Fiber juga boleh menggantikan lemak yang ada dalam kandungan diet. Fiber dengan starch juga boleh mengurangkan risiko jenis diabetes yang also reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes by decreasing glucose absorption. Pengambilan starch dan fiber juga boleh protect kita pada mendapat colon cancer. Dia juga boleh mengawal berat badan kerana dalam fiber dan starch juga mengandungi karbohidrat yang kompleks dan that provide kurang lemak dan ada gula tambahan. And also they place energy and nutrition dense of food. They place energy and nutrient dense of foods. Recommended intake of fiber, which is 25 gram untuk pengambilan 2000 kalori dalam diet, 14 gram per 1000 kalori untuk pengambilan 28 gram for 2000 kalori dalam diet. Next, we move to alternatives to sugar. There are three sets of alternative sweetener, which is the first one. The first one is artificial sweetener, herbal product, and sugar alcohol. Artificial sweetener, also called is non-nutritive sweetener. Herbal product, also known as for example, is stevia, that derives from herbal plant, less amount of calorie and no fat. It also can use as a dietary supplement and also increase function of kidney. Artificial sweetener, also called is artificial sweetener, also called as a non-nutritive sweetener, because it does not provide energy, and also found in soft drink, candy, and jelly. Suitable for control body weight and diabetes. Does not increase blood sugar level. Next, we move to sugar alcohol, also known as a sugar replacer, called as a nutritive sweetener because it is provide energy, also have calorie but favor than carbohydrate, found in vegetable and fruit, and also reduce the touch it, which is we call in Malay sakit gigi. That's all from me. Thank you.